am Poof, a magical book that knows all, developed by wizards and enchanted by scientists to discover all human knowledge. My secrets could be used to cure disease, end hunger, and advance civilization. Instead, I've been stolen by two idiots and have been forced to help them produce a game show. This is Poof, the magical game show.
Yeah! Welcome to Poof, the magical game show. You guys, Nate's off this week. Don't know why. Hasn't been around the house all week. Once again, we have ourselves another missing person situation. But he turned up last time. He sent me a video last time, and I didn't even watch it. And he sent me a couple texts, and I haven't read them, so it's not important. What is important is that I'm here today, and you guys are watching Poof, the Magical Game Show, the only game show that has a book that knows everything, even your most inner thoughts and feelings. Except for it doesn't know where Nate is, and it also doesn't know where Milkbag is. So I think they might have eloped again. That is an option. We got a lot of show this week, so let's just get right to the guests.
I have chosen the contestants at random. Contestants, show yourself.
Yes, let's see the contestants. Corey.
Hi.
Yes. And MLab. Let's get your names on screen. There we go. Welcome to Poof.
Thank you.
Thank
Great
you.
viewer.
Pleasure.
Let's just go around, Corey. Tell us about yourself.
So I'm a stand-up comic based in Boston. I used to host a web show until it got canceled, but that's okay because, you need a little rejection to build character. And I just actually had a lovely Pride show Saturday night that y'all should have been at, but you weren't. Hopefully we'll do another one, though. Those are fun. Queer audiences are the best ones. Happy Pride, people.
Yeah. Can you give us a highlight from that show? Is there anything that really stuck out?
Oh, yeah, actually, my favorite was, I think Will Smalley might have done some of your shows. He's a pretty well-known Boston comic. He was closing our show Saturday night. He does this great bit about how there's this belief out there on this one website, this crazy guy who thinks that people are gay because they're possessed by ghosts of the opposite gender, and he ended up sitting down with one of the audience members at one point who was heckling him, and they had a tete-a-tete about ghosts, and it was one of the most entertaining things I've ever seen. I wish you could have been there. I was crying. I was laughing so hard. He was like, so why do you believe in ghosts? And I'm just sitting there going, this is going spectacularly off the rails.
That is amazing.
So it was awesome.
You guys, that's what we're missing out on. Definitely go check out that show.
Is there video footage of that?
Yeah.
No, I snapped a picture. I should have shot it, but I was so in the zone. I was like,
I know that it's you want to, but then you're like, if I start doing that, I'm going to take myself out of this awesome moment that I'm experiencing right now. Yeah. Oh, that's so awesome. Try to beat that, MLav. What do you got?
Well, I can't. I just can't. Yeah, I haven't really experienced anything like that in a live setting yet, but time will tell. Still doing virtual stuff on 2MB. Not quarantine action wrestling right now. We're on a break until July 22nd. And I still do the sleepover show on 2MB. So yeah, still staying virtually active, performing wise. And then hopefully the live stuff will come.
Oh yeah.
And if it doesn't, I'll see you in the little computer box.
Is there for quarantine action wrestling, you guys, there's so much work that goes into that, so I get the taking a break for a bit. Is there anything that you have kind of planned that you can maybe hint at? Or
oh shoot, well, funny you should ask, because Sweet Jess and I, our characters are Healy Heels, and we have some storms of brewing, if you will. Oh, we do. Yeah, both character storyline wise, and also we have a special side segment coming up. We haven't dropped the bomb yet on the whole cast, so I don't know how much we can reveal here, but it will involve talent.
I'm here for this drama.
Yeah.
Drama.
There's been lots of it.
And that's Jess. I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, as Emma mentioned, I'm also on the roster of Quarantine Action Wrestling as currently 5 different people.
That's 5 now. Shoot.
Yeah, it started with just one, and then she spawned another personality, and then that personality spawned other personalities. So they just keep multiplying. It's multiple people all inhabiting the same body.
Wow.
So it's like a Jekyll and Hyde situation, but if there were like 4 Hydes.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like in professional wrestling, if there's ever been a character that's like broken out of the character that they're playing and like went into the other one. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there might be some of that coming up on Quarantine Action Wrestling. Hiatus. I don't know. You're just going to have to watch and find out. You can also find me on the Sleepover Show and on the 69 Show on Friday nights. And really most other... I find my way to weasel my way into most shows on this channel. So like if you stick around long enough, you're probably going to see my face everywhere. And then I also do voiceover work. So hire me to voice your thing.
Yeah.
Email me, or I'm on Fiverr or whatever. Just hire my voice.
She's the voice of the 99, don't you know?
Yes.
Wait,
Oh, you're
really?
the voice first of all.
Well, I used to be. And then they stopped doing radio commercials because, pandemic.
When
But I did 3 commercials for them.
I thought the 99 was like a 99-cent store because I've never seen this place. I never knew about the restaurant. And everyone I talked to is like, what? How do you not know about it?
The 99 restaurant has 99 reasons you'll always come back for more.
Is that their tagline?
That wasn't my line. But also, so they're trying to go by the 9s now. Is like their new thing. So like when I say it was like at the 99 restaurants, we know when you go out, there are lots of places to eat. So why the 9s? And then I would go into whatever spiel I was given that day. Whether there was one that was like lobster rolls, I did one for like their meal deals or like warm, comforting winter dishes or whatever. I got a lot of flack from people who I used to work with for the lobster roll one because there was one roll in it that was called the hot buttered, and they literally I forget what the exact verbiage was for their direction, but basically told me to like slow it down and kind of like sex it up a little bit. So they did not say it like that. They did not say it like that. That was not the actual verbiage of the direction that they gave me. But I was like, and the hot buttered stuffed with warm buttery lobster meat was how they had me say it.
That's amazing.
Great. I loved it. It was so much fun. The people who I worked with were amazing. And that is not like, I just want to be clear that they didn't say make it sexy. Like they did not say it like that, but it's just to the best of my like that's just the best way I can describe the way that it ended up sounding and why so many people gave me shit for it. Like, ooh, hot butter.
Hot buttery roll.
Hot buttered, stuffed with warm buttery lobster meat.
Stuffed. I think that's the thing. Stuffed with warm
buttery lobster meat. The 99 restaurants, when it comes to lobster, we have 3 different ways to roll. That was the tagline.
It's basically just been an ad for the 99 Quarantine Action Wrestling. So
yeah. I gotta go get a lobster roll, you guys. I gotta go.
I know. They better be giving me royalties on this.
Okay. So let's get into the show, you guys. I'll just start things off. We're gonna do what is called the Poof positive round. And we're going to do another stock video Rorschach test. We did this a couple weeks ago. People seem to enjoy it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up some stock footage for all of us to watch. And I want to know, like, your feeling, like what kind of feelings it gives you. What do you think the story is behind this stock footage? What do you think the director was? Like, what is this for? We don't have to take turns. We could all just go around, and when it hits you and you know what you want to say about it, go right ahead. So let's try this, see if this works. Nope. Okay. And I'm doing everything by myself this week, guys. Just
You're doing
stay
great.
with me.
Killing it.
Doing great.
There we go.
Oh.
So here we have a very, just a shirtless man thinking. They didn't really do his hair, just kind of rolled out of bed. and he's doing this. What do you guys? How does this make you feel? What do you think this is supposed to be for?
I don't know, but he looks like every creep who ever messages me on every dating app and asks for something weird, like, "Can I see your belly button?" I wish that wasn't a true story.
Wow.
Oh, he's thinking about your belly button right now. Look at him.
Yeah.
Now,
He definitely looks like there's something. I don't know. Like he's he could very well be like a creep or like a weird dude who, I don't know. He looks like he's like analyzing like various angel devil scenarios, but like they're all bad.
Or is he like an evil nude supervillain and being nude is his superpower because it like horrifies people?
Yeah. And it's like up here, they're like, oh, rob a bank while nude. Oh, no, you should set the orphanage on fire. Nude.
Nude.
No. And like,
It's gotta be nude.
They're all bad options.
Yeah. Who did it? I think it was Nude Man again. This bank and burned all these children. Now, can I ask you, how attractive does a man have to be for you to actually send him a picture of your belly button to go through on it?
They've got to be something special.
Yeah, this guy wouldn't do it?
No, because you know, like when you look at someone in the eyes and you look at them and you're like, oh, he's going to murder me.
Yeah, that's how I'm getting strong murder vibes from this.
Yeah, right?
He has like sunken eyes. Yeah. There's just something about those eyes that express sinister intention.
Maybe he didn't get enough sleep because his hair's all messed up, and maybe that's why his eyes are like that.
Yeah, but I think he also presents that his hairline is receding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's angry at the world.
That we're about to be joined by the actor in this stock footage.
Right? Yeah. Like, I'm waiting for...
And ladies and gentlemen, the creepy man.
Please welcome.
He also doesn't have a shirt on still. So that's good. Let's go to part... okay, here's part 2. I don't want to make that full screen. Yeah, go ahead and play
Oh, no.
Oh, she has had enough.
Oh.
Okay, I'm actually just realizing for the first time something about this video that I didn't notice when I downloaded it. Can you guys guess what that thing is?
That the door's open in the background and there's a murderer in the door?
Yes.
Like, it just looks like the start to the worst horror movie.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, how dare they have fun and then they're all dead?
Well, the mom looks like she's suffering, but soon her suffering will be over when the murderer comes.
Because I mean, I didn't notice the door thing. Because my first look when looking at this is like, oh, this is the new promo for that hot new sitcom where she's like, ugh, I've got 2 kids. Oh boy.
Right? Like, is that her husband or like her older son?
I think it's supposed to be her husband, but I don't know why she'd be upset. It was like, I can't believe they're having fun.
Because they're off goofing. She's like, here I am, just did the laundry, but they're off playing pillow fight. Jeez. Like that, you know,
pillows.
Like a very like Deborah from Everybody Loves Raymond kind of vibe.
Yeah, like he's back there like, Deborah, our kid's hitting us with pillows again. Deborah.
Yeah,
Deborah.
exactly.
There it is. Oh boy, Deborah. He's basically Kermit. Deborah.
But why does she look so horrified? It's not like they're committing a crime or doing anything that would get them canceled.
They're playing with pillow fight pillows. Like those are the This is so I get this, like maybe you need this in stock footage. What I don't get is why her shirt is see-through.
Oh no.
You could see her full bra. It's
maybe.
I mean, it's totally fine for Twitch, but
she's trying to film footage for her OnlyFans, and they're in the back, and she's like, "I'm just trying to get work done,
so I can support this kid."
I told you guys to stay out of this. This is obviously a work break room. It looks like when I'm doing my OnlyFans.
Yeah, and they're in the background goofing off, so she can't film anything, and she's just like, "Oh, geez."
So I have a bunch of these. Now, this I'm really confused about. So, we kind of there's just a bunch of these.
You want this?
And it's
I mean, I wish my doctor would prescribe me wine.
Yeah, I'm into that one. This I like.
Yeah, did you go to the alcoholic doctor? I mean, I don't want a doctor to prescribe me a lock.
Here's a padlock. Good luck with that.
Is it like an old-timey doctor and that's like the lock for your chastity belt?
Oh, that's I prescribe shopping. This is a capitalist doctor.
Little retail therapy.
What?
I'll prescribe gasoline.
Set yourself on fire.
Yeah.
Red Bull is fuel. Gasoline is fuel.
Just
Gasoline is Red Bull.
I mean, that'd be hot if there was a doctor waiter, though.
Yeah.
Like you go to a restaurant that it's like all the waiters are just like doctors.
Yeah, the inside looks like a hospital and the lighting's terrible, but they're all hot.
What would you name it? What would you name that restaurant?
Yeah, what would you name this restaurant?
Oh, Chez Hospital.
Maybe.
Right? It has to sound European.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is this?
Is that like a chocolate egg like for Easter?
I guess.
It looks like it's ribbon. Like one of those spools.
Yeah.
Is it like a round?
It's like tied in a bow.
Yeah, I don't know what that one is.
Is it a lump of coal?
Well, this one is just prescribing money.
Or maybe he's saying, hey,
that's a different one.
Pay your medical bills, put it in my piggy bank. Give me your money.
But somebody had to animate this. Somebody had to like sit down and just put different things on, but it doesn't make any sense to me.
Or like they made these conscious choices. They were like, this works. This feels right.
Look at his eyes though. Every time he comes back down, look at his eyes. Like his left eye is always looking at his nose. Like watch when he goes back. See?
Oh yeah.
It's not nice to point out people's physical deficiencies.
He's very self-conscious about that.
All right, we got one more here. Oh, I don't even know where that opened. It opened right here. Here we go.
Oh, you could do it.
Oh, pupper.
Good baby.
Now, do you think that they put out a casting call for like, hey, can you do squats with your dog? Or was this kind of like he was on? He's like, what can you do with this big ass dog?
Oh, we're gonna squat together. I tell you what.
Aw.
Listen, the dog wants a voluptuous booty too. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta work
right
those
now.
boots.
This is probably the cutest one we've ever seen.
He's so cute.
Yeah. He's trying to be like one of those like big dogs, but with a corgi butt.
I have heard enough. I have tabulated your answers into scores.
Oh, okay, let's check out the scores here. That happened way faster than I expected. Let's see here.
Oh.
Up. All right.
Let's go.
Wow, everyone got a point for every video except for me.
Oh boy.
Well, because me and Poof don't get along, and I got a big.
Yeah. Well.
But you know what? Forget it. I'm gonna be my own man. I'm gonna go by my own rules. But you guys are starting off real hot, real well. Does anybody who wants to go next with their question?
You know what? I'll go.
Yeah, you're up on the top there. You take it away.
Let's go that way.
This was inspired by a thought I've had throughout my career. Say you're viciously murdered in like one of those cases that's in like the national news and people are talking about like, can you believe that person was murdered? It was horrible. What's the embarrassing story or tidbit that you don't want people to tell the news?
If I've been murdered?
Yeah. Like, what's that thing that from beyond the grave, you're like, please don't say anything. Please don't tell people that. Oh, God.
Do you mean something that was like a detail of the murder or something where they're like,
No, like from your
Jess
life.
Cashin, who had affinity for porcelain miniatures or something like that? Like,
Yeah,
that kind of
stuff
thing?
like that. You know how like people say weird things about the deceased?
Yeah. Ooh.
Yes. I can go first. A real one. And I think we've brought this up on the show. Let me just go over here and grab it real quick.
I like this
props.
Bring it.
Nate Lopez, my roommate and also other person on the show when he's not teaching. I told him that I'm not a big fan of Funko Pops. I don't really get them. It's just never. If you have them, awesome. But like for me, I'm like I don't get it. So you thought it would be funny to buy me a bunch of Funko Pops, but not only does he buy Funko Pops, he buys me the character 11 from Stranger Things, which is like something a middle-aged man should not own. like a prepubescent child. And I have 10 of them. I can keep, So this one is the Hot Topic exclusive. And this is 11 with nothing. Just have a jacket on, just a rain jacket.
Standard 11.
That's so
like. So has he just bought you multiple 11 Funko Pops?
Yeah, they're all 11s.
She's got a lot of versions of herself.
Wow.
Yeah. We got her in a burger shirt with no pants on, so that's really just problematic. So if I get murdered...
I mean, that's what I wear to the club.
Well, you're not a child.
True.
If I get murdered and like they show a bunch of like this kind of stuff, I'm really worried about like what people... Like this one, a blindfolded with a bloody nose is this one. I don't think these should be sold. I'm going to say that. Here's 11. Here's a blonde 11 with eggs, said.
With eggs?
Why?
Here's 11 in a suit or like a pattern from the show.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's her little like 80s jumpsuit thing.
Yeah. Huh. And I got 4 more up there, and I just can't.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I think the news could take that the wrong way.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I'd be worried about. Anybody else?
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm practically perfect in every way, so.
I have nothing to hide.
I think that's the thing is I make sure, I'm like so paranoid that'll happen to me. I like make sure, like I clear my browser history every now and again just so that like if I get murdered, no one will judge me for like having dabbled in Neopets during quarantine.
That's
as an adult.
Good for you.
Like, did I, like, on a day when I was bored in quarantine, be like, I wonder what Neopets is up to these days? Yeah. Like, I don't remember any of my login info from when I was, like, 12, so I had to make a whole new account, but I super created one and, like, started trying to, like, do little missions for the fairies or, like, whatever the stuff was.
So there's an app now. Is that what
Sorry?
it is? There's a Neopets app?
No, it's a website.
It's what? Just go to straight to
the website. You go to neopets.com. It was very popular when I was a kid. And you create like a little virtual pet. Yeah, get it up there.
I didn't realize this was still operational.
It's still
Me too.
Yeah, I was like, I wonder. And it super is. And I created a brand new account.
Wow.
I created a whole new account and started like my Neopet is probably like dead now because I haven't revisited it. So it'd be both. She opened a Neopets account and killed her Neopet. So don't want those things coming to light.
I mean, this website looks like it just steals your information.
Well, you don't want
I mean, everything is just kind of...
Wait until you, like, once you actually, like, open it up and get it. Like, that's the other thing, too, is, like, the visuals, like, once you get into it, are still very much early 2000s level web design.
Yeah. It just looks like it's trying to be Lisa Frank, but not.
Yeah.
I mean, I do love this fanny pack.
Nah.
It's a good fanny pack.
That is yes, there. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Oh, wow. All right, you know what?
I'm into it.
$40. Good God. Okay, I changed mine. If I bought this and then on the news they found out that I paid $40 for a fanny pack, that's how I'd be embarrassed.
Ooh, yeah.
Wow. Who else hasn't gone? MLev, did you say yours?
No, I'm honestly, I mean, people would just assume that I'm a hoarder because I just have, I really do have just like a lot of shit. Like my parents are like making me go through like all my shit at home because they're trying to sell their house. So I've like taken in a lot of like my old like notebooks and like my old journals from fucking like middle school and high school because I'm like I should throw these away. I do not want anyone to ever read these, but for some reason I just can't part with them. So now if I were to be viciously murdered, someone would find them and fancy me an idiot because I was not a good writer and nothing that happened in my life was substantial or significant in any way, but boy did I write like it was. So yeah, It would probably have to be my
journal.
My fanciful writings of yore that I would be a bit embarrassed about.
I love reading that stuff though, because you see like what a dramatic, crazy person you were, and you just laugh your head off. Like my old like diaries, or like if my live journal didn't get obliterated when live journal like gave out the old ones, like I can't imagine what I wrote, like because that was almost 20 years ago now. Remember those days?
Yeah.
Oh, did Emlav freeze?
Oh, did I freeze?
Well, I think Emlav is frozen because she just stuck on a face like.
I'm gonna remove her for a half a second. Jess, are you still okay?
I feel great.
Oh, hold on.
Just us.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Oh.
Am I moving?
Fine.
Ooh, it's okay. Hopefully, yeah, just a little freeze. But you know what, Corey? Why don't you tell us yours? Because what would you be worried about?
It's not so much a story as it is a videotape that still exists somewhere in my parents' house. And you need to understand that. So when I was entering kindergarten, we were living with my grandmother at the time because my parents were trying to save up money for a house. And she said to my mother, Lois, I'm going to pay to send Corey to the Catholic school that you went to for kindergarten just for a year. And they sent little gay Corey to Catholic school kindergarten, which was just an adventure in and of itself. But the end of the year, we had a talent show, and they videotaped the talent show. And me being the attention whore that I've always been, decided that since I didn't have any friends with which to do an act, such as the kids who ganged up to do the safety dance, the safety rap, excuse me, which I didn't know was a thing, I got up and sang by myself a cappella Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid. But I just went for it, and dramatic 5-year-old Corey being like, I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, walking around on this. What do you call them? Oh, feet. Like just getting into it. And my grandmother for years and years after would be like, Cora, those girls in the front row, they were swooning after you. And it didn't click until I turned 30 that she was giving me shit. She knew I was gay from a very young. She was giving me shit. Oh, the girls were swooning. Okay.
I would really like to see this tape.
Oh, so would you and so many other people. When I was a teenager and I used to have friends over, my mother would come home shit-faced and be like, do you guys want to see Cora's kindergarten talent show? He's playing The Little Mermaid.
Evil. Wow.
She is, but I love her. I aspire to be her because I'm pretty sure she's imbued with some kind of satanic power.
Wow.
I have heard enough. I have tabulated your answers into scores.
All right, let's check out the scores after this round here. And it's Bing. All right. I'm at -11 with all my 11 dolls, and everybody else has 69. So it's actually pretty good. Yeah. And take it. Oh, man, Jess, try to do what MLav did. Back out, and I'll let you back in. Slightly breaking up. Yeah, it seemed to work for MLav really well here.
Oh, am I good? Oh, good.
Yeah, you're good now. Just run into slight.
Corey, I was also I sang Part of Your World when I was in preschool for a little showcase thing. But the little boy that played Eric, he was just lying dead on the stage, and I was being the mermaid, and then we sang a medley, and my parents have this videotape as well, and Kiss the Girl, he was the director told him to kiss my cheek at the very end, but he did it early, and I was like, boy, how dare you? And he, to spite me, did it again. It's very inappropriate.
Wow.
Just showing from a young age that men are going to be men.
Men? They're going to be men.
God damn it.
I keep losing. Come on, Jess.
Jess, I believe in you.
Yes. Oh,
Like, I really wish I had your hat and I could wear it around London because that's what they call me there.
A poofta, they say. Is that the term that they use?
Yeah, you got to be fun.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like when you go to a gay bar and you see someone wearing a hat with the F word on it. I want to do that, but in England.
Oh yeah. Well, you could write whatever you want on there. Well, I can't write that. You can write that. Yeah. Going around, who's yet to go? Jess and MLav, right? Oh, Jess is frozen again.
Oh well.
I like her serious face that's frozen though. It's very.
Yeah, it's just
Your frozen face won though, MLav. It was.
Oh, my Winifred Sanderson face?
So,
I'm glad I went out strong.
you know what, MLav, why don't you go ahead and ask your question, and we'll wait for Jess to kind of come back in.
Sure, yeah. In thinking of what grand question I was going to ask on this magnificent program this evening, I remember that I like have something coming up that I like need to like practice guitar for because I like write like silly comedic songs sometimes, and I would say that I am like at best like novice. Like it's really more about the lyrics with what I do because I'm just I never like became good at guitar because I never really gave myself the time to practice outside of like knowing the chords that can like make like song like chord progressions to make simple songs is like where I like drew my line. So what if you could just have like any skill like without having to like practice or like read or do any sort of like knowledge gaining to have this skill, what would it be?
Ooh. I mean, I've always been like jealous of musicians, and I know you just said this one, so it kind of feels like cheating. Like I remember because when in middle school you had to choose between like band and theater, and I picked theater because that one was more interesting to me anyway, but also because instantly I found out that in band it cost money. And my family didn't have any money for like extra instruments or anything like that. So, but I've always been like, man, I wish I could just like, would I be a savant in this thing? Would you say? Or somebody who's just like so amazing at it, like naturally, or what powers am I getting?
Like if you just like were able to like pick up a guitar and just put your hands on it and all of a sudden you are like David Bowie, like Jimi Hendrix level, like good at it. Like okay. Magic.
Can I say any instrument or I'd have to pick a specific instrument or can I say all instruments?
Well, whatever instruments you want to be good at, man.
All of those then, because that would just be so awesome to just be able to like jump on a piano. You know, whenever there's like one of those big grand pianos that's just kind of out that like only douchebags start playing. I wish I was that douchebag. I wish that we were all in this, you know, we were all heading up to Vermont. So we had to go through New Hampshire and they have those truck stops on the side of the road that are like really nice because there's all the liquor places and they always have that big piano there. And there's always like one rich kid who comes up and he's like, I know how to play. And he starts playing like Bruno Mars or whatever. And like, I want to do that. I want to ruin somebody's lunch is basically what I want to do.
I want that for you.
Jess is back.
I switched over to my phone. I think my internet is the problem. So.
Oh, okay. Well, this looks great. MLav's question. MLav, you want to say your question real quick?
Yes, Jess. So the question is, if you could just have any skill or talent or what have you without ever having to practice or read up on it or just like obtain any knowledge about it, if you just were blessed with a skill, what would it be?
Oh God.
And I said any musical instrument. And I guess if I'm going to go second place, then I guess like I would like to be good at like rock climbing. That'd be really cool.
Okay.
You know? Because that looks like something really awesome, but there's just, I don't have, it hurts my fingies, and I don't want to.
Thoughts. Interesting. You know what? Because my first thought would be to go for something like artistic, you know, because I'm an artist, I do theater. But like, I feel like that's, you know, I don't know. I'm going to say pilot's license or like being able to fly a plane. I would like to know how to fly a plane.
That really comes in handy if the plane's going down. And then it's just like you sit and you're like, I know what all this means.
And then here's me coming in to save the day.
Yeah.
I need to find
Step aside.
Yeah.
excuse me, folks. I got this.
That's a good one. Is there any specific reason? Have you always loved?
I mean, I travel a lot when we're not in a pandemic. Like I used to work for a travel company for a while. Like most of my professional experience, like aside from like performing or whatever, is in the travel industry, and I love traveling. So like, I guess just being able to fly myself wherever I want to go is like cool.
Yeah.
Or like, does having the power of flight count as a skill? Because I would also take that. If I were endowed with the power of flight, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
You are the plane.
Yeah, I don't need a plane. Don't need to know how to fly a plane. I can just get there.
Also, it's like a habit that like really rich people seem to have. You know, they're just like
John Travolta,
Jimmy Buffett, John Travolta. Like, I don't learn how to fly a plane, and they just do that.
Just casually.
Yeah, I'd buy my own plane.
Dicks.
What was that?
That's a great
Could you guys hear the traffic outside my window?
That's what that was?
It is.
Oh, I heard something sounded like traffic, but then I thought I heard someone go dicks.
I thought I heard a whisper.
I really think that's
People are really loud on my street.
Apparently.
I hope the dick whisperer isn't in my house.
Oh, I hope he's in my house.
No,
Feel free. I'm in Framingham, Mass. Just come on down.
Come on in, dick whisperer. Did they whisper
I'm
into your
not
dick,
afraid.
or like what do they do?
Yeah, it's just like.
And that's enough. That's all I need.
All I need is someone to acknowledge its existence.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, sometimes that's just what you need to, get the motor running.
Yeah, you did dox yourself for dicks.
Dox for dicks.
That's
You know
very
what?
good.
I'm fine with that because, quite frankly, it's been a long pandemic.
It is.
Right.
So, yeah, Corey, what's your what would you like to be great at?
So it sounds so simple, but cooking, because right. I have so many friends who are so good at cooking. They make, the food look so pretty, and they do all these complicated things, and they, put in spices and do all kinds of fancy shit. And then like I made a stir fry the other night, which is just simple, like meat, sauce, veggies, and some noodles to serve it over. And I put it in the bowl, and it just looks like it was just sad. You know what I mean? Like it looked like it had just gotten dumped. Which I guess technically it had out of the pot, but it was just kind of like the chef was having a bad night and just said, fuck it, the presentation doesn't matter. But that was just me doing my best.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to get written up in a food magazine is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, you and I have a mutual friend
who's great at that.
Who owns a restaurant.
Yeah.
And it has been written up in food magazines and
Wow.
stuff. And,
and she puts me to shame. Like we'll go to her place and she'll cook, and I'll be like, "Why does this look like it was made for a photo shoot?" She's like, "I just whipped it up."
Yeah, it's like fine. It's like nothing. It's just like so easy, huh?
Yeah, it's just like it's my skill. Like we learned from my big Italian family, and it's just so easy. And I'm like,
And all her food, and like I'm not she owns a vegan restaurant. I'm not vegan or vegetarian or at all, but like her food is so amazing, and like the meat stuff, you could tell me it was real meat, and I would believe you.
Wow.
Like she's very talented.
Well, and that's the sign of a good cook, right? Where you're like, you can sell. Like there's so many reviews, and this always cracks me up too, because there are so many women who will comment, "My husband didn't even know it wasn't me."
Yes. Yeah, they're always like, "Ooh, she put one over on my hubby." It always says.
Exactly, and they feel like they're so slick, and it's like, no, he'd eat you.
Yeah.
In fact, he probably did later that night.
Yeah. Anyway, you didn't answer this question yet? Right, this is your question.
Yeah.
What would you pick?
So it was a toss-up between cooking or speaking and like understanding any language.
Oh,
because I took French for years, and like it's actually kind of embarrassing how little I remember, because I don't like practice it all the time now, so it's just out of my brain. Like I remember like the simple stuff, but if I could just have all the knowledge of all the languages in the world. That would just be the coolest thing, because I want to be able to communicate in all the languages.
You'd be able to travel anywhere so
Yeah.
easy. And Jess could fly us.
Yes.
Yeah. I was gonna say I like that too. Now I like yours better than
Yeah.
right now.
We can share the same answer.
I beat myself. I took Spanish in like 6th grade, and because like I had to, and I didn't take it seriously at all, and I really didn't like it at the time. And now and they had the option to keep taking it, and I quit on it immediately. And now as an adult, I'm like, man, I really wish that I was like forced to learn another language. You know,
it's one of the best things. It's one of the best things you can do. I minored in Spanish in college, not to brag, but you know, like it's coming really handy in like what I do for work. Like I do a lot of communications work, but also I had some friends in my communications classes at Framingham State, who they were Guatemalan and Dominican respectively. And so we could all talk shit about everyone else in the class in Spanish who didn't understand.
Oh,
It was my favorite.
that's great.
I've studied 5 languages. 4 that aren't English. But like most of them, I haven't. So I also minored in Spanish, so my Spanish is pretty good. But the other 3 have, like, I didn't study them long enough to like get very good at them. And like, so I studied American Sign Language, which I remember very little of.
That's what I was going to talk about too. That has to count if you know every language. I say sign language counts because talk about a cool one. Talk to people you can talk to somebody across the stadium at a concert.
It's different, like that, because like it's different everywhere. Like that's American Sign Language, but there is also like British Sign Language and Australian Sign Language and French Sign Language and yada yada yada. Because it's like related to English, sure, but it's not based on English.
Mm-hmm.
One of the examples, I think this is woman in American Sign Language. It's either this or this. I just can't remember which one. It's like this is woman in American Sign Language, but this is woman in French Sign Language.
Oh.
So like it's different everywhere.
Up here or down here? Because that's two different.
Up here.
Up here?
Up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is pregnant woman.
Sure.
You know what bacon is?
Yeah.
Bacon's this.
Oh yeah.
I remember.
And this is
little.
bullshit.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Hold on. Yeah. This.
I remember very little of my ASL, like bits and pieces. I can say I know American Sign Language, but that's a lie. And then I studied Arabic for 2 semesters.
Okay. Arabic really hard.
Yeah, and again, that's another one where like I can still read it. Like if you showed me Arabic script, I could sound it out, but I just wouldn't be able to tell you what it means. Save for like a few key phrases.
I know random words and phrases in Arabic because one of my friends growing up, her dad was from Lebanon. He would like call me names.
So, here's the funny thing is, so I took it my senior year of college because I basically like knocked out all of my requirements by the end of my junior year. So my senior year, I had like my senior seminar and like one other required class that I had to take, and the rest was all elective space. So I could just take whatever I wanted. And so I was like, I'm going to take a bunch of foreign languages because I'm nervous. So I was a senior in this Arabic 101 class. And there was a kid in the class who was a freshman, and his parents were born in Iraq. So he had grown up around them speaking. So the thing with Arabic too is it is like very much dialectical, I guess. Yeah. Like it's not the same in every country. Mm-hmm. And so he grew up around the Levantine dialect, and we were learning Modern Standard Arabic. And I scored better than him on every quiz and test. He literally called me his arch nemesis. Because I scored better than him.
I have heard enough. I have tabulated your answers into scores.
I can't beat that. So let's go to the scores. Oh, it's a tightly contested one. Except for my negative 69 to me. Everybody else has 169. It's still anybody's game. It's up. We're back down to the last question. Jess, I think you're the only one who hasn't gone yet.
Yeah.
All right, Jess. What is your question?
Okay. So this might be This might be triggering to some folks, so I'm just going to put that out there right now.
I know.
I want you to imagine that you are a high school English teacher. All right? You've been out sick for a day. You've come back, and you see a note from the substitute that your 5th period AP British Literature class has just been totally acting up, giving them all kinds of grief, giving them trouble, misbehaving, not paying attention, all that kind of stuff. And you now have to address your class when you return the next day. What is the speech that you are going to give your class at the beginning of class after having acted up for the substitute?
And so the kids acted out for the substitute.
The kids acted up for the substitute. And the substitute left you a note saying how awful they were. And now you have to address the kids when you've come back.
Okay. That's a difficult one.
Yeah. So I'm saying, this might bring back some memories for people.
I'm a little triggered.
They don't want to.
Yeah.
When you made the substitute teacher cry, is that what? And then you got yelled at by the teacher afterwards?
Yeah, or you just didn't pay attention, or you were acting up, or whatever. But the sub left a note about all the shit you pulled because you thought you could get away with, monkey business because there was a sub.
Yeah, I'd start off by saying, children, I specifically gave you instructions to do all these mean and evil things to the substitute teacher. If it was my ex-wife who showed up to sub. She did not. It wasn't even a woman. You kids, you made that old man cry so much. He hadn't taught in decades. He was finally working his way back in. He was so excited to be around children again. And you little shits just ruined it forever. Now, as punishment, I'm going to have to beat every single one of you. Now, that I can't actually physically touch you because that's against the law, but I'm going to slowly manipulate your social interactions with each other over the year so you all hate each other, and one kid is going to hit you unbeknownst to you. So I hope you're ready for this psychological torture. The only way you could make up for it if you go to my ex-wife's house tonight and egg her house. That's the only way you can get out of this. That's what I do.
Wow.
I think that's valid.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I feel like I would begin very calmly.
Mm-hmm.
I understand we had a problem yesterday, everyone.
We're in trouble.
Well, if you can't treat substitutes with respect, then you're going to have to learn a very important lesson. And then I would just walk out the door and shut it and lock it.
Oh.
And then I would go up to the AV booth and flip a switch that blacks out all the windows. And I'd come in over the intercom like Jigsaw, be like, "You want to play a game?"
Oh my God.
And I'd pit all the students against each other. And I'd tell them rumors that one started about the other.
Yeah.
And I'd make them fight each other. But it would be an escape room, so they would have to work together to get out of the room. Okay. But I would mentally torture them as one would when one is playing a Jigsaw type game.
This is the only thing they haven't covered in the Saw movies, is if it happened to a room full of school children.
They have to pay.
Yeah, it's like Lord of the Flies meets Saw. That's amazing.
I've thought about this before.
Clearly.
I mean, kids, do you remember when the lights went off when you were a kid in school and you lost your mind if the lights went off for a half a second? Let alone the windows get blacked out and then Saw starts to happen to you.
Yeah.
Does anybody else know what they do? Corey?
I think so. I had a teacher in high school who I was very close with and whose teaching style I very much appreciated. And she just had no problem cursing at us. And I really admired that about her. So I think my opener would be, what the fuck's your damage?
Yeah.
Because I also like to bring back 80s slang, especially from the movie Heathers. That's just my style. It's fuck me gently with a chainsaw. Do I look like Mother Teresa? There are so many great one-liners from that movie. Great pate, Mom, but I've got a motor if I want to make that funeral later. So many good ones. But, you want to start by kind of like scaring them into submission, and then you go in for the kill. They made the sub cry. I'll make them cry. And much like RuPaul, I will read them the fuck to Phil. Mm-hmm. Oh, you look at the goth kid. Oh, I think there's a Hot Topic somewhere missing a sales associate.
Oh, cut right to his core.
Yeah, you look at the jock kid. Oh, did you notice that your friend's butt pat lasted a little too long the other day?
No.
Might need to deal with that.
No. It's totally cool. It's normal. It's a good job. Doesn't mean
all the things that make them insecure, like Brittany. Do you ever notice that Claire is prettier than you?
That's the meanest one.
And that's a true art form, being that kind of terrible. And I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Jeff, do you know what you would do?
Oh gosh, I'd probably go much more like classic with my take on it, because like I've grown up around teachers. My mom and my sister were both teachers. I have very, very good friends who are teachers. I've been a teacher, not in like a school, but like I've taught dance, I've taught improv, I've taught. And so I would probably go much more like, like class starts, bell rings, they're all sat at their desks, and I'm just silent at my desk, just like looking at my computer, just silent. And then I look at them, and I look back, and then look at them, look back, look at them one more time, and just stare until they all realize that I'm staring at them. And they quiet down. And then I look back, slowly get up, rise from my chair, and then just kind of like, so, you all had a sub yesterday.
Yeah.
And the sub left a note. And I have to imagine that this note was a mistake. Because what this substitute described, the behavior that she wrote about, is not this class. That is not how this class comports themselves.
Oh, yeah.
This is a class of fine, kind, dignified young scholars who are here to learn and take their learning seriously. That is not what was described in that letter. And if that was you, I am very disappointed.
I just had a flashback.
Just like, yeah.
I've heard this.
I've heard this before.
I would probably, and then along those lines, just kind of keep going along that line of like, just general, like, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed, that kind of, because like, that's way worse, isn't it? Like, just be mad at me.
I like the stand and deliver vibe.
Yeah.
You go, girl.
Yeah, damn.
That is the end of the game. No,
Yes.
who is the champion this week?
Oh, wow. That is the end of the game. We have to go to the score here. See who won this week. Oh, wow. So close.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Wow.
Very
I think it was the Heathers. Poof is a big Heathers fan. So you got to keep that in mind. Congratulations, Corey. Jess M left so close. A great showing. Great answers. Great questions all around. Super fun. Corey, as the winner this week, Nate makes a video every week. Spoilers, they're not good. They're looks into his mind, essentially. And it's mostly madness. And what he uploads all these videos to YouTube. as the winner. You don't have to come up with this right at the end. If you can, awesome. If not, just send us an email. You get to name this video. It gets put up on YouTube, and you get to put in the title of this video. So let's all take a look at it. I have also not seen this. So let's take a look at this and see how it goes.
Art.
That was the closest thing he's done to art. Top bottom.
I was transported.
I mean,
Music, just
yeah, that music could loop on forever, and it just got funnier. Corey, do you have a name for that?
Oh God, what it brings to mind is just like every grinder nightmare I've ever had, where people have compared their sex position. So I want to call it gay ramen nightmare.
Gay ramen nightmare. Done.
I love it.
That's a great name. And he's going to get a lot of views this way. So this is great.
I think so.
Gay ramen nightmare. I'll click on that video.
Sounds hot.
Let's see what happens. You guys, that's our show. Let's go around. Corey, anything you need to promote? Any way people, if they're like this, how they can find you?
Yeah, just follow me on social media. My handle's right here. I don't know how this works. I'm doing it right. At Corey Saunders, Twitter and Instagram. You can see comedy dates, when, the pandemic stops keeping things from being open. We're getting there. Follow me.
Nice. Jess.
Follow me also places. I wasn't prepared and didn't put my handle in my logo, but it's at jcashmonay, MONAY on Instagram, and Jess Cashin on TikTok, because I'm on there too.
Awesome.
And just Jess Cashin on Fiverr, where you can hire me for your voiceover.
Yeah. That's great. Emily.
Jessica Dash Cashin on Venmo.
Okay. Well, I'll put that'll be up after the show. Put all our Venmo up.
Oh yeah. Venmo's anytime. My Twitter and Instagram handle is at NotoriousMLav. I believe that's also the same for my TikTok. If you want to learn more about cool giant Golden Girls fans, check out SwishEmbassy.com.
Yes.
It's important to note.
I love that fan.
Would you say you're a fan?
I'm a fan of that fan. On that, you guys, thank you so much for coming on, you guys. Amazing show. Super fun. Welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And that is the end of our show this week, you guys. There's nothing on after us, but you could always check out the 2MB Studio merch. Buy a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of cool Poof shirts on there and whatnot. And we'll be back next week. Nate will be back next week, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So see you guys then. Bye. I love you.